Well, hello there, Gemini. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we're just going to check in with Spirit, see what it is that you need to know at this time. So this reading is good really for whenever you find it, come across it. It is meant for you at that time. So let's take a look at it. And we're going to take a look first at the overall energy with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or advice from Spirit. So let's see what's on the horizon for you. Miracles. Expect the wonders to emerge. And Squirrel Spirit, believe in yourself. Okay, so Gemini, you've been having this type of energy lately, this energy that, something miraculous is going to occur for you. And, this is almost like the energy that I'm getting is that you kind of know that it's going to happen. You may not know exactly what it is. It could be a breakthrough. It could be, if you're looking for love, it's somebody suddenly appearing in your life. If you're looking for a job, it's the offer for the dream job that you've been waiting for, right? But this is a true miracle that is coming in for you. And one of the reasons is that you didn't give up on yourself. So Gemini, I know from doing your readings for quite a long time, right? That you have been really and truly transforming your life, going within, doing the work on yourself, healing your inner child, helping yourself to really get to the point where, I think it's that you didn't need validation from anybody else, that you come to the realization that the only thing that matters is that you believe in yourself, right? Because Gemini, for a long time, you may have been in kind of the position of overgiving or trying to do things to appease other people, and suddenly it's not suddenly. I think for a long time you have been working on not being an overgiver in your relationships, your job, your career, whatever it is. It's kind of like, I'm not going to overgive to the point where I'm burnt out, I'm overwhelmed, I'm exhausted, right? This is the energy of, wait a minute, I'm taking back my time, my energy, my resources, my love, and I'm going within. I'm allowing myself to step into the energy of reconnecting to myself and what it is that I would like to experience in this life, right? We're not here to just work all day. We're not here to overgive to other people and situations. We're also here to be able to enjoy those experiences that our heart truly wants to have while we're here in this lifetime. And I think that is exactly what you're doing. Oh my goodness. So there's something, let's go to the tarot. There's something here where you have allowed yourself to stay in this attached energy of playing it safe, right? This is the energy of overgiving to people or situations, right? In order to keep security, safety in your life. Overgiving in a job because of some down deep fear that you aren't good enough or worthy enough, and therefore you might lose your job. So you tend to be the first one in the office and the last one to leave. Or you just overgive to the point where you're so exhausted at the end of the day that you don't have the time and energy to do those things that bring you pleasure, right? Time for your hobbies, your passions. In fact, for some of you, Gemini, you may not even know what your passions are anymore because you have depleted yourself, or I'm going to say you did deplete yourself to the point where you weren't any longer in contact with yourself. You were kind of like attached, living in a life where all of the decisions that you made were based on a little bit of fear of stepping outside your comfort zone, not pleasing other people, and then suddenly being rejected, cast aside, orphaned. This is the energy where you made decisions for a very long time just to stay safe. But here's the exciting thing. right? You have the Imagine card. This is the Aquarius energy. This is a Pluto in Capricorn, right? The Capricorn energy. But now you're stepping out of that, truly stepping out of it. And I know we've been talking about this for a long time. Pluto went into Aquarius almost 3 weeks ago after 15 years of being in Capricorn, and now you're truly embracing this. You're a little bit of this energy of understanding. For some of you, it could be that intuitively you knew down deep inside that your life really couldn't get started in a way, or this new chapter in your life couldn't get started until you allowed yourself to start dreaming again, and that couldn't happen until Pluto did go into Aquarius. It's almost like you're awakening, right? I mean, not just spiritually, for some of you it could be, but truly kind of like awakening to the idea that you're no longer going to keep yourself safe. You're willing to allow yourself to step out of the comfort zone and really embrace this energy of who you truly are deep down inside, believing in yourself and no longer feeling like you can't be yourself. This is believing in yourself because you're connected to yourself and what it is that you want to do in this world instead of trying to stay safe. So this is kind of interesting. You know, he has like what we might call the Aladdin lamp or the genie lamp, right? I feel like you've for some time have felt like you've been inside the lamp. You know, and this is the energy of no longer being inside the lamp. It's kind of like you're the genie coming out of the bottle and allowing yourself to step into this world of truly going in the direction that your heart desires. Even if at this time you don't know what direction that is, it's almost like embracing the energy of I want to go discover what it is that I truly enjoy doing. Because I feel like for some of you, you may have kept yourself safe for so long that when you hear the words, follow your heart, you're kind of like, I don't know what direction that is, right? And sometimes that can be a little bit overwhelming. It's just about allowing yourself to step onto the path of making time and energy in your life so that you can start exploring what it is that you enjoy, reconnecting to your passions, reconnecting to those hobbies or pastimes that you really and truly enjoy. Yes, this is a decision that you're making, okay? And I think for a long time you've been going back and forth. Do I take a step forward and go in the direction that I feel like I'm being called to go in, or do I allow myself to keep safe, right? You could have even had 1 foot in the safe zone and 1 foot trying to step into this other zone, right? Into the dreamy zone, into going after what your heart truly desires. Kind of like going back and forth between these two energies, right? But also understanding, okay, that's when we're trying to live on that tightrope. That's not really a life because we're not experiencing what it is that we want to experience. Instead, we're putting our time and energy into keeping this balance, right? Staying balanced on the tightrope, of staying balanced, trying to balance the energies of what other people in your life will want from you. And now it's stepping into this energy of, believe it or not, the 10 of Cups, manifesting, going towards what it is that you truly desire. The 10 of Cups, the Magician energy, your energy, Gemini, the energy of stepping into understanding that, wow, that you get to create the life that you really want when you allow yourself to no longer hold on to trying to please other people or overgive to situations because you feel as if you're not worthy of whatever it is that you're going after. So let's take a look at your obstacle. Yes, here's that balance that you have been toying with. I feel like part of the problem is you're still having difficulty. I feel like this is a good step. Okay, wait a minute. The message I'm getting is that at one time you could have been completely keeping yourself safe by overgiving to other situations. not even balancing any time for yourself, right? So maybe lately you feel like, okay, I'm learning how to take back some of my power, my time, my energy to starting to discover what it is that I truly want for myself, right? So you've been teetering in this energy, and now I feel like you're taking action. Part of it is moving into the energy of taking action completely based on what it is that I feel like your soul is calling you to do. I don't think that this is just like wanting a life of luxury and just vacations and all of that, Gemini. This is kind of like the energy of understanding that you have a life purpose, a soul's journey that you want to truly step into, instead of having a daytime job and then starting a spiritual business on the side and trying to balance both of them, right? It's allowing yourself to say, okay, I'm to the point. I'm going to step out of the comfort zone and I'm going to quit my primary job so that I can put all my time and energy into my spiritual business. Or this is kind of like seesawing back and forth between in relationships that are very 3D based, and then wanting a more spiritual connection in your life with other people, with yourself, with the divine, right? And understanding, okay, I really have to take my energy back from these 3D relationships that are just draining me, right? Some of those 3D relationships are people that you may still want to keep in your life, but you're pulling your time and energy back and allowing yourself to give more and more time and energy to spiritual connections, to your connection to the divine, to your connection to yourself, and no longer allowing the 3D connections. Wow, can I relate? It's kind of like allowing those 3D connections to clog up your calendar, right? It's kind of like, oh my goodness. It's like allowing yourself, and I do this on Sundays. I love, like on a Sunday morning, mapping out my week, carving out that time for myself, because I find that I so much of the time have people that, friends and family that want time on my calendar, which is great. But I used to allow them to kind of dictate when that was going to happen. And now I've kind of taken back some of my energy in that situation and allowing myself to put my time in, what I want to do, and then allowing this other, friends and family to be in the calendar, but more in alignment with what I also want in other areas of my life, instead of it being the opposite. I used to fill up my calendar with what other people wanted me to do for them or with them, and then whatever time was left over was for me. And now I've switched it, right? And it sounds maybe a little bit selfish at first, but when we allow ourselves to enjoy those things that really bring us a lot of passion and pleasure and enjoyment, when we give to ourselves first, then we actually have more time and energy for those other people in our life that we do want to have time and energy for, right? So, I feel like this is a long journey where you've kind of like understood. It's taken a long time for you to step into the truth of seeing things clearly, of understanding that you can have everything that you desire, right? When you believe in yourself and kind of put yourself first, when you don't keep yourself boxed in by what other people want you to do. Okay, so let's take a look at what your advice here is. Yes, I feel like you're going in a new direction, and it's a very peaceful direction. I know it's not like, I don't think, Gemini, that you're making some huge change, although some of you could be. You could be thinking, okay, I'm at that point where I am going to quit my primary job in order to truly spend full time on my spiritual business, right? Or I am going to make that move, that physical move to another city, another country where I can be around more people that are spiritual and more aligned to the way I see the world, right? Or this could be, understanding, okay, I'm no longer going to jump when friends and family want my time and energy. Instead, I'm going to allot time and energy for those relationships. But the majority of my time and energy is spent on those things that are really important to me. So I feel like there is this energy of allowing yourself to look closely. You see, magnifying glass. Look closely at the people, the situations, where you're putting your time and energy, and allowing yourself to step out of the comfort zone and allow yourself to go towards what it is that your heart truly desires. Even if some of you are just stepping onto that journey and not really sure where it is that you where you want to put your time and energy, then you're just putting your time and energy into learning. The Page of Wands is about learning, about being inspired to try something different. And I think that that's the whole thing here, Gemini, is that you're believing in yourself, that if you allow yourself to be in power of where you put your time and energy, that suddenly things, miraculous things start occurring for you. So let's see what we have here. This is, wow. And this is leading you to the Four of Wands. Happy family, happy home, celebrations, that energy of financial stability, happiness. You're getting some type of an offer, a miraculous offer. In a couple of different ways. It could be just seeing things with the magnifying glass differently, so that you put your time and energy into exploring the Three of Wands. I want to expand my horizons. I think that that's part of it. Keeping yourself safe for a long time has kept you confined. You haven't been able to explore other options, other perceptions of the world, other spiritual practices, other relationships, right? Other ways of doing your life. It's almost like you're getting some opportunity, whether that is an idea, an actual offer, a job offer or something, some type of information that you're suddenly coming across that helps you to see the world in a different way and want to expand it. Because the Page of Wands, once again, you have it twice. It's inspired action. You're taking inspired action because suddenly you realize that there's a different way to look at the world, and you're going towards it. You're stepping out of your comfort zone, getting out of the genie's lamp and seriously enjoying life. Wow, beautiful energy. All right, so let's pull a soul truth card for you. And Gemini, I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. So let's see what we have here. These are like, okay, what is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? Wow. I think that that is part of your miracle, right? I think part of this is, okay, it says, what story are you telling yourself? When you think about your dreams, what is the first limiting thought that comes to your mind? If you are not living the life you desire, it's because part of you doesn't believe it's possible. And that is exactly, right, what I was coming to say. It's because you believe now that you can create the life that you truly want for yourself. I feel like for some of you, you have been staying safe for a long time because you weren't sure that you could really create that world. Maybe you were even having trouble visualizing what that world would look like because you had spent so much of your time and energy trying to stay in the safe zone, right? It's kind of like, okay, I'm stepping out of the safe zone. Oh, this is kind of interesting. Have you ever, it's been a long time, been, to some kind of, like, if you go to, I don't know, like, something like a Sea World or somewhere where, they have some kind of whale show or dolphin show or something like that, right? And it's been a very long time since I've been to a place like that. But if you go there, the last time I went to one at least, they have, they have the tank that the whale will do the tricks in, right? And then you have kind of like a wet zone, and then you have a safe zone. And the safe zone is where you're going to stay dry. You're not going to get wet. So when the whale splashes and jumps and stuff like that, and water comes out of the tank, some people will get wet, but some people will stay dry. And I feel like you've been sitting in the safe zone. But if you sit in the safe zone, it's almost like you're watching life, right? It's almost as if when you're in the safe zone, you can watch the show, but you're kind of like not part of the experience. Whereas the people that are sitting in the wet zone, right, they're experiencing it more because it's like the water is coming over on top of them, right? And I feel as if that is part of it. It's kind of like, I feel like, Gemini, for some of you, you may feel like, yeah, I'm in the safe zone, but that's okay because I still get to see the whale perform, right? But what you're understanding is that you just don't want to watch life anymore. You know, it's kind of like the Page of Wands. I don't want to watch life. I don't want to read about life. I don't want to just, kind of like watch it on TV. It's kind of, I said last week in one of the readings, it's kind of like, I would love to go to Ireland, right? But I am terrified of airplanes. I just had a really bad experience about 25 years ago, and I haven't gotten on an airplane since. And I love to travel, but I have to get there by car. And I would love to go to Ireland. And one of the things is that I watch movies based in Ireland. I watch HGTV in Ireland. I watch everything I can about Ireland. I am fascinated by Ireland and really want to go. But I can't allow myself to get out of my safety zone, right, and step onto an airplane. And that's something I'm really working on. It's kind of like, yes, I can experience Ireland from the comfort of my home, except that that's not really experiencing it, is it? It's allowing myself to step onto the airplane and go to Ireland. And I feel like that's exactly what this is. It's kind of like, for some of you, you may have convinced yourself that you're living life because you're observing life. This is the energy of, I'm no longer going to just observe life. I want to be a part of life. And that is really exciting. That is really exciting. And it's all because you believe in yourself. You may have lost a little bit of your trust in other people or in the universe or even in yourself. But one of the things that has occurred on your journey is that you have allowed yourself to get back into the energy of trusting yourself. And when we trust ourselves, then we know, we believe in ourselves, and we know that we can step out into the world in an energy of peace and not frightened, right? And it's a beautiful energy. All right, Gemini, I'm going to leave it there. I really do love you, and I appreciate all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. I wish you so much love and light, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.